What is up, everyone? Today I am going to be doing the timeless conflict encounter. Um, so if you don't know, sorry about my voice. I am sick. I've been sick. Um, so you'll have to excuse my raspy voice or if it cracks. Um, so if you are familiar with the timeless conflicts, you know what I'm about to do. If you aren't, this could be a learning experience for you, so I will tell you. Right now, I've got a four socket map atlas. When you collect all of these symbols and you put four different ones in here, when you complete the timeless conflict, it is going to unlock your 5 slot atlas. And at the end of me doing it, I will go and show you what that looks like. We are going to go ahead and do it though. This is my Iceshot build. Um, I could probably switch to a chain, but honestly, the thing is it used to be like absolutely necessary to. It used to be like absolutely necessary to go for like a headhunter if you really wanted to farm these. But the thing is in the first two waves you basically get all of the loot. So it's really important to kill everything your first wave. Because this will get you most of the valuable loot. And then you'll go to just speed to like a speed clear. Oh, I just realized I don't have my all right. Now we'll be switching to more of a speed clear. So bosses will stay for 2 encounters. So you can actually be a little bit more efficient by dropping um your towers down and then coming back to them. This guy's just kind of a pain in general. Like this. But I have to kill him on this round. But if you notice, there's like hardly no guys on the map that have the money signs on them anymore. And why is that? It's because they changed the way the timeless conflicts worked. I will come back for you. You're that one guy's so annoying. He like goes invulnerable. It's like glitching. is up with this, man? Like the sounds like not working even. So like before you'd basically just run around and kill all the trash mobs, but the issue with that now is there we go. I got my salty orb. I got my 5 socket. Unfortunately, I didn't get any timeless jewels. But honestly, at this point in the season, they've dropped a lot in price. They're basically kind of most of them are like the same price as Exalted Orb. So it's not a bad encounter, and I also didn't use the most expensive timeless piece. Most of this is just garbo. But yeah, you can look up like old videos before they did the nerf to it. They basically it used to be like every single wave. It was the most profitable just to clear as much as you possibly could. So the way you do that efficiently is like I would have never left the center, and I could have just put on chain, and then I'd just shoot out and would clear like pretty much everything besides the bosses, and you would just step out and step in and just keep on respawning. Um, but now you really want to clear the first 2 waves because that's where you get almost all of your loot. And there's also just like a huge limit on the loot now. Um, I don't know if I still need a mod for my gloves. I'll just pop out. Anyways, this is what the Atlas now looks like. I got a 5 socket Atlas. The reason why this is advantageous is it just allows me to add more mods to the map, which is pretty sweet. Um, so yeah, that is the Timeless Conflict 4-way. When I do wind up doing a 5-way, I would actually, to get more out of it, I would switch some stuff around. Um, but at that point, I could do it. I could still get most of the loot. But if you really want to maximize on those, um, you can get someone like someone that's specifically doing them um, to help you out. A lot of people will do that for free. I've done that in the last 2 seasons because I build a lot of characters, so I normally build a character that's specifically good for timeless conflicts. Last season it wasn't as valuable. The previous season when they introduced the timeless conflicts, it was like crazy good in Legion League. And the reason why is because you could get like 6, 7, 8 stacks of loot because the loot was good on every stage. So you would have one person sit at the pump and just constantly repop it. And you'd have someone with Whirlwind and a Headhunter just basically continue gathering stacks and spinning around. And you'd have a really large AoE scaling. So just in a matter of seconds, they would just clear the whole thing, and you would just get crazy loot. Me and one of my friends were doing that. It was a lot of fun, and I was even able to get like 5 to 6 playing solo, playing an essence drain contagion and just sitting at the pump and shooting the essence drain contagion and respawning and it would just shoot around the whole map, um, which that was pretty cool, but it was obviously more profitable. I would do his with him, he would do his with me. One person works the pump, one person does the killing. That's the most efficient way to do it, but I got some decent loot out of this. um, It wasn't the best, but honestly, I've always been really unlucky with timeless jewel drops. And it was kind of funny, like the times, like obviously when I was doing like 6, 7, 8 rows in the first league, I would normally get them, but I was like almost always getting the worst ones. I actually even had to buy one of my timeless jewels. Um, this season, probably one of the only reasons to legitimately get a headhunter is if you're planning on like specializing in doing the timeless conflicts. The reason why is because the main mechanics of this season are boss killing, and it's not the headhunter isn't good in most boss fights because you can't bring stacks into most of the fights. There are very specific maps that you are able to use the headhunter, like the park map. The boss is just inside of the map. There's no separate area. There's no break, so you're able to keep your stacks and use them against the boss fight. But in general, it's not going to help you in like Seer's fight. It's not going to help you in the Elder fights. It's not going to help you in most of the map fights. It's not going to. It's just a really big investment for something that doesn't help you in most of the content. I'll probably buy one just because I'll have the currency, but it won't be a. It's not a priority for me. Um, Creating other builds is kind of my priority, but I'm sure I'll have extra currency, or I'll just wind up deciding one day to buy one. Um, so yeah, and when I do that, um, I'll let you check it out. But like last season, I wasn't really recommending it. Um, but because like I had my headhunter last season, I hardly never even used it. I did like one video where I was using the headhunter. I had I think 7 or 8 builds last season, and I only actually used the headhunter on one build. It was my archer build, um, which the headhunter is pretty OP on this build. Um, but that should tell you something about it. It's not really required. It's fun to play with, but if you're struggling with currency or you don't have a ton of currency or you need other upgrades, it shouldn't be really your focus for this season. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.